Hey guys, it's Friday afternoon here in the Philippines, and I am getting ready to kick off our free-for-all weekend. And we are doing a bonus video this weekend on top of our regular video. And this is going to be the bonus video. I was tagged again by Mike Dison, and he wanted me to show him 10 Mopars. So I figured what better place to do this tag than at the capital of Mopar, Mr.Norms Grand Spaulding Dodge from Chicago, Illinois. So anyways, I'm going to show you guys 10 Mopars that I usually don't bring out too often. They're somewhat oddballs. Some of them are common Mopars. Some of them are ones you don't see too often. So just kind of switching it up a little bit instead of always repeating the same old chase cars or things like that. So this is actually non-chase vehicles in this 10, and it's going to be ones that you don't typically see all the time. They're all premium cars, although one of them is a plastic wheel car, and we'll go over that when we get to it. But anyways, let's get started. The first one I want to bring up is one that I went over in the last video, was the Dodge D100. And I was looking at my Texaco Greenie when I was unboxing it, and I told you guys, I wish they would make a short wheelbase Dodge D100. And they do make a short wheelbase Dodge D100. I have 3 of them, so I did not realize this, and I forgot all about it. This is a different year. This is a 62. The Texaco is a 67, but just a little difference in the tail lights and some of the like front end area, but that's about it. Pretty much almost the same truck. So at least they make the short wheelbase one. So I was wrong about that. Well, I didn't say they didn't make it. I just said I wish they would make it. So kind of forgot. Now with the C10s, I don't think they do make a short wheelbase 67 to 72. The 73 to 87 square bodies, they do. They make long wheelbase and short wheelbase. But the 67 to 72s, I don't believe so. But we do know the D100s they do make because they're right here in front of us. So this truck you may have seen before, sitting beside Mr. Norms in the back corner back there near that 71 RT. Because I use it as my shop truck every once in a while. Some tools and boxes in the back. So really cool, clean looking truck, classic looking with this pale like cream yellow color with the white roof, and the color matched stilly rims with the poverty caps. Really nicely done truck. This is my favorite of the 3 short wheelbases that I had to choose from, so that's why I brought this one out. Detailed engine, opening hood. Greenlight really nailed it with these trucks. Very nicely done. So 62 Dodge D100. Really cool truck. So that's why I brought this one out for the first one in this Mopar tag. And luckily Mike tagged me for Mopars because I seen that the other day and I was like, wow, how am I going to explain this? They do make a short wheelbase, but I told you guys that they probably didn't. And then I got lucky, Mike tagged me on the Mopar. So thanks, Mike. It gave me a reason to explain this in a video. So the next one is also kind of an oddball that you don't see every day. It's a car that I used to not really like, but it's growing on me over the past 5 years or so. Are these big boats from the late 70s. These 78 Dodge Monaco and the Plymouth Furies that they use as the old Plymouth and the old police cars, not Plymouth cars, the old police cars and detective cars. Anyways, this is the one from the television show Hunter. And Greenlight once again nailed it on this car too. This green metallic looks just like the car from the show, but also like a typical color you would see on these cars from the late 70s. Tan interior, black stilly police wheels with the poverty caps or dog dish or police caps, however you want to refer to them on this car. Nicely detailed front grille area, headlight area. Also opening hood on this one, and it has a very nicely detailed engine bay, and the engine on this one looks very suiting. It's not like their early B bodies with the very small engine. It's almost like the D100 on the older B bodies. The engine looks lost in there, like it's too small for the car. But this one, not the case. This one, they nailed it. So very nicely done. And then nicely done rear bumper area with detailed tail lights. Everything's nice on this car. So yeah, this is one that people don't show very often. That's why I wanted to bring this big guy out, show it to you guys. Probably one of the most unappreciated Mopars from the 70s. But now it's starting to get some love from people and the die-cast manufacturers and even guys in the Mopar Nats, because the other cars are getting untouchable in price. So Mopar guys that don't have a huge budget are starting to mess around with the late 70s stuff. So this guy is getting the appreciation he deserves. So I do dig those big boats. The next ones are typical Mopars that most guys know. The next one is the one I was telling you about with the plastic wheels. This is a Hot Wheels since 68, 64 Dodge 330. You guys may be familiar with this as like a mail-in from 2019. And the 2019 mail-in had an opening hood and rubber tires, of course. This is the first casting of this car in the since 68 series. Actually, this is the only retail appearance of this car that I'm aware of. The other two were RLC and mail-in. So this is really nicely done with the black metallic paint, red interior. All the trim is detailed and painted. Nice grill area, except it is lacking a little bit of detail, I guess because it's part of the chassis. As we've seen though in the new F&F cars, they started doing even detail on the cast parts, the die-cast parts of the chassis. So this is still from a while back in 2007, 2008, when the Since 68 series came out. I think it was right around the 40th anniversary, something like that. So probably in 2008, but still nice. It's got the Dodge lettering on the edge of the hood, all the window trims painted, your classic red lines. So I think that's what they were going for, to kind of make it look like an old classic 60s toy or 70s redline toy. Nicely detailed tail pan with tail lights, Dodge emblem, Dodge lettering once again. Very nicely done, all metal casting. So the second time the car made an appearance was, I think, probably 10 years later after this release in the RLC Neo Classics. And then 2 years after that, we've seen it in the Mel-In lineup, which we will be doing an unboxing on that car here soon. Maybe in the next 2 weeks, I'll be doing some Mel-Ins that we'll be unboxing. But yeah, in the Mel-In, and I think the Neo Classics also had an opening hood. So that's, as far as I know, the only 3 times that car has appeared from Hot Wheels. So rare piece, one you don't see every day. So next guys are all M2 and Johnny Lightning. So, or yeah, actually it is M2. I was going to say I think I missed a Greenlight, but no, I didn't. So next one is a 70 Dodge Super Bee, and I don't even know if I've done any Dodge Super Bee 70s anyways by M2. I've done the 71 and I did the 70 from Johnny Lightning the other week, but I don't think I've done one from M2. So this is a really cool casting, opening doors, opening hood, black with the white tail stripe, red interior. This is a really old release. It's from Series 4, when they went with the Pro Touring looking wheels and like kind of a tubbed look. This is the Daytona this is the series that had the Daytona chase that I was telling you guys about that I was missing, that I'd like to get my hands on. It has the Pro Touring look. It's black with gold wheels, gold trim, and so on. But yeah, that was the only one from the first 10 that I don't have in the regular black with gold trim chase stuff. So this is a really cool series. It's like the only one that was like, I don't know, that Pro Touring resto mod type look because of the wheels. And that was about it. They didn't put any big engines, as you could see. I think this is a Hemi. It could be a 6-pack car. I can't read the air cleaner. Six-pack car. Yeah, I was going to say the valve covers look pretty narrow to be a Hemi. So it's a 440 wedge-style engine with the six-pack. So really cool car. Really cool that they put that decal on the air cleaner too. So they did a nice job on this. It's got the Go wing and even the chrome tips. So very nicely done car. I do dig this one. I dig that whole series. I would like to have the whole release 4 with chases, super chase, because actually the super chase in that set is this car, except it's chrome with a black tail stripe. So I would love to have the chrome version of this bad boy. So that is our 70 Super B. I wish I could get it to zoom in, focus in a little better. Yeah, there you go. So that's our 70 Super B from M2. Correct hood, everything. So they get a 10 on that one. Next one, also Pro Touring look Mopar from M2. This is from the Foose series. This actually came with like 3 sets of wheels that you could choose from. This is the set that I chose to put on this. It's like a, I don't know, 5-spoke look, but it looks like it has like brakes, a disc, like the disc behind the wheel, or dust shields or something. That's why I chose these wheels to put on it. They just look really suiting, especially with like this candy like paint. I don't know what to even call it, like a candy tangerine, candy orange type of look, but really cool paint job. And as I said, I'm not sure which Foose series this came from, but it was the one that came with like the screwdriver and 3 different sets of wheels. So very cool series. And also you get the extra wheels and you can put them on your other M2 cars. So I think that's what I did. I think I put the wheels on my 69 Camaro and so on. So very beautiful car. Very nice detail in the grille, the tail light area, tan beige interior, Hemi car, 426 Hemi. You can see the badge on the fender. So this is just a really beautiful car. And usually when it comes to these cars, I'll show you guys the chase variant of the blue one that I have. I never show this guy, and I really should start showing this guy more often because it is a very beautiful car with this paint job. So that is number 5. We're halfway through here, these guys. So let me move some of these over so we have room for the other ones. So next one is another M2, and it's the last M2, and it's also kind of, maybe not pro touring, but pro street look, and it is a Dodge Daytona. I think I showed you guys this in my Daytona review video. Love the paint job on this car. The purple, it's a little darker than your typical Plum Crazy with the white tail stripe and the white interior. The big, like, torque thrust kind of wheels, or actually these look like rod light wheels, like the rod lights from Weld. That's kind of what they remind me of. But as I said, kind of a tubbed look, back half, with the big fat Mickey Thompson tires, or like Hoosier slicks, Goodyear slicks, whatever they would be, with your little skinny front runners. So very cool car. This comes from our Auto Driver series from M2. Don't remember what particular set this is from. I'm going to say, though, it was probably in the first 20 releases, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But really cool car. Nicely done. One of my favorite M2 castings, the Dodge Daytona. So, the next 4 are all Johnny Lightning, and they are all A-bodies. So, we'll start with the most, I guess I would say, spectacular one. It's a all-chrome 71 Dodge Dart Swinger. Kind of reminds me of my Super Chase cars from M2. That's why this guy on Instagram is in a lot of pictures with my Super Chases, because it blends in perfectly. Really cool car. Love the chrome muscle cars. Wish they made more. or wish I had more. I know they make more, but I just don't have all of them. I have a chrome Monte Carlo, this guy. I have some from Greenlight, like the color chrome, but not quite chrome like this one. This is really cool. Like I said, it's like a mirror. I can see myself and my phone in it. Opening hood still with your 340. And white letter, Goodyear tires, Mopar rallies. Really cool car. So I think this is from the Classic Gold series. Pretty sure it was. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's where it came from in the early 2000s. So very nicely done car. One of my favorite A-bodies in my collection. Probably is, maybe not my favorite. I have this guy here. This is actually my favorite year dart, 69. Actually, I dig the 67 to 69. Those are the first gen darts. I really do like them a lot. This one in particular isn't my favorite one I have. I have a B5 blue one that I really like. The reason I chose this one to show you guys tonight, because this comes from a box set that was a Toys R Us exclusive, and very hard to find set nowadays, and had some really cool muscle cars in it, and very odd colors actually, like this green with the green, dark green vinyl top, the green steel rims with the poverty caps, the red line tires. Just not your typical Dart GT color combination, but really cool, different look, beige interior too. Just really nicely done car. I do really dig this. It always looks good setting next to Mr.Norms, because of Mr.Norms like GSS, like 383 big block darts from 69. That's why, like, setting him there next to the dealership looks really cool. And then the next two I have for you guys are the not Dart, but Duster and Demon. And this you've seen a few weeks back. This is from the Gold series that comes in like a resealable clamshell style package. This is from back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Very detailed car. Even the chassis they did very nice. Like with the K-frame painted black, the floorboards painted orange, the exhaust and things like that. The track of the car is a little narrow, but still yet though, they did a heck of a job with the details, because they did this kind of like as a rotisserie frame-off type of car that you would see at like Carlisle and the Mopar Nats or something. So very nicely done car. And like the GM cars, they painted the floors black, but the Mopars, they made body color. So they got it pretty correct. And then you got your 340 down in there. Engine bay painted same color as the car, how it would be from the factory. So you got your optional shark tooth grill there, which is a very rare option, and well, rare nowadays, hard to find nowadays, especially one that is intact with all the teeth. So nice piece to see. It's also got bumperettes, which is a rare thing to see in 70, 71. Then the blacked out Mopar hood with the 340 decal. I guess this, I don't know which one was rarer, actually, to see this or see the one without the lettering and with the scoops. So I'm not sure on which one was the rarest option for a 340 car. I would say that I would have wanted the scoops, the twin scoops on the car. I just think it would look better than, you know, just your blacked out hood with no scoops. But this is still cool looking. Has the Go Wing on it. Very nicely done car by Johnny Lightning. So, last but not least is the Dodge Demon, the original Demon, the 1971, the first one ever made. And this, if you would have bought the GSS model from Mr. Norm, you would have got a car with a 340, and he would have added the 6-pack on it. In 72, they went from 6-packs to Paxton Superchargers. So that was the difference with the GSSs between 71 and 72. And then the difference in the like front end look, 72 had the open grill, which all you Mopar guys know that, and different marker lights. In 72 they started that universal marker light thing where they used the same marker light on every single Mopar all the way from 72 until like the mid 90s. They even used them on some Dodge trucks and stuff. But the reason I'm showing you guys this Demon is because it's rare too. It comes from the same box set as this Dart came from. And then like the downside of that box set, as I always tell you guys with like the Hot Wheel 100% cars, it had rubber bands holding the hood down. Luckily it didn't eat the main paint. It just ate a little bit of the tampo on each side, but a lot of times it eats all the way through. Like the Bonneville from this set, it ate all the way down to the bare metal. The Bonneville, I don't even know what I did with that because it was bad. Then the Grand National was the main reason I bought this set. The 87 GNX or GN, but actually they would have called it T-Type because it was white, and I bought it because of that. And unfortunately, it also had the rubber band, and it ate a little bit of paint on the hood and on the fender, but I was able to save it, so I kept it in my collection because that was the main reason I wanted that set. Because I am a big G-body fan, even though I'm a Mopar fan, still like my GM G-bodies from the 80s. But yeah, that set had some really cool Mopars too. It has a cool CUDA too, but I think I traded the CUDA off. It was a yellow AAR in that set, and it was a Pell yellow, similar to the D100. So really cool box set if you guys ever get a chance to get it. Open it and get those dang rubber bands off so it doesn't eat your paint. So this is also opening hood, but it doesn't open too good. And as you can see, these are not the same casting. I know a lot of people say it's the same casting, but it's not. The Demon they made correct with the B-pillar, I guess I would call that there, because actually it comes out, so it's really not a pillar, but the A-bodies had pop-out windows. They didn't roll down like a hardtop, and that's kind of what this looks like. There's no post there. They actually have pop-out windows like an old extended cab pickup truck, if you're not familiar with the A-bodies. So they did a better job with the roof line on this, and then they also made mirrors on the casting, which is pretty cool. The only thing they didn't get right on this casting is the rear wheel openings are a little bit too sloped down in the back. But besides that, the Demon casting, I think, is a little bit better than the Duster casting. But still, yeah, Duster casting's nice. But I just wanted to point that out. If you ever get these and you think it's the same casting, it's not. They actually did a whole new tooling for the Demon back in the late, maybe mid-90s. But as I said, to me, it's a little more error correct with that post there because it had the pop-out window. So, anyways, guys, this is my Mopar Tag. These are the 10 that I wanted to show you guys, and these are a 10 that I don't typically show. So some of them are probably ones you have not seen before in my videos. I don't think I've ever showed you the Chrome Dart, or I don't think I've ever showed the 64 Dodge or that Super Bee. So a lot of these are first-time appearances for this video. So usually don't see these guys sitting around Mr. Norms. Although the Demon usually is in my showroom, though. I will say that. The 71 Demon does stick around in the showroom. And then that copper 70 Charger you see in the back usually sits out front here. But kind of swapped it up a little bit to get the Demon out. And then I typically don't have my light on in the showroom. So give you a little bit of different appearance for this video today. Still not sure what I'm going to do for Saturday. There's a few things in my mind that I'd like to do. Still yet maybe the Grand National Jada cars or the 143rd stuff from Greenlight or the James Bond cars. Also, I have some other stuff I was thinking about doing with 164. Not sure yet. Probably will be something along the lines of the 143rd, 124th because it's hard for me to integrate that during the week. But the 164 stuff I can kind of slip in during the week in other videos. So that's why sometimes the weekends I use for this oddball stuff. So anyways, guys, tune back in Saturday and see what I have in store for you. It may be your Saturday evening because I may do it like Sunday morning. Not sure yet. Depends how much time I have tomorrow. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you liked it, Mike. Hope this was a 10 that you haven't seen before. So this is my tag, and in my previous one I already tagged 3 people, so I really don't know who to tag right now, so I'm going to skip that part. And then anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, appreciate you guys subscribing. Please comment. I will get back to each and every one of you. Give me a thumbs up, and please share the video if you really liked it. And then, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you tomorrow or on Sunday. Thanks.